I made this entire Vox-style explainer video with one prompt, using only Claude Code and Higgsfield.
This Sunday, the biggest World Cup in football history crowns its champion in New Jersey, and someone somewhere is quietly left holding an enormous bill. 48 teams, 104 matches, 3 countries, and 5.5 million fans. Nothing this big has ever been staged. FIFA expects roughly $11 billion from this single tournament, which is over 50% more than Qatar earned and stands as the biggest payday in FIFA history.
And honestly, I think that this completely changes the way that people create motion graphics with AI. Now, just a few years ago, making a video like this would have required an illustrator, a motion designer, and hours inside of After Effects. Today, it all comes down to one sentence. Because the entire process, from the script to the voiceover to every scene you just saw, was handled by one Claude Skill that I built. I didn't storyboard anything. I didn't write prompts for every scene. I didn't even write the script. The skill did. Now, in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how it works, from one sentence to the finished video. So let's get started. Now, before we open Claude Code, there's one thing that people get completely wrong about AI motion graphics. Most people are generating one scene at a time, one prompt, one image, and then they repeat that very cycle. The result ends up being a project where every scene feels slightly different. You've got different colors, slightly different style, and at the end of the day, that's not how videos like Vox's are made. A great explainer keeps one visual language from the beginning until the end. The only thing that changes is the story. And that consistency is exactly what's expensive. Scenes, shots, assets, the whole planning of the project before you even generate anything. Now, if that list sounds like a lot, I've got good news for you. You don't have to do any of it, because I already did. I spent an entire week figuring out how videos like these are actually made, and I packed everything into one Claude Skill. So here's the shift that I want you guys all to catch. The skill isn't a shortcut for people who already know the workflow. The skill is the workflow. It knows that a video like this needs a script. It knows that that script needs to break into different scenes, and that every single one of those scenes needs its specific visual assets in a single consistent style. It knows that the whole thing needs a voiceover, and ultimately, it understands how all of that gets assembled at the end. And everything that I'm about to show you, the skill, the complete workflow, all of it is in the description. The whole thing. We'll come back to that in a second. Now, before the magic starts, there is exactly one manual step in this entire process. And the good news is it only takes about a minute. We need to connect Claude Code with Higgsfield. That way Claude can actually generate the images, the video, and the audio. So head over to Higgsfield and open MCP and CLI. Next, copy your MCP connector. Then go back to Claude Code, open settings, click connectors, and choose add custom connector. Paste in your connector, and you can give it any name you want. I call mine Higgsfield, then click save. That's it. Now, Claude Code can communicate directly within Higgsfield. Every generation request that you're about to see, images, voiceover, the whole thing, it all goes through this connection, and you never have to set it up again. Now watch how little I actually do here. This is my favorite part. I open up Claude Code, load the skill, and all I do is type, I want a 2-minute explainer video. You can pick the topic, something people are curious about right now. That's the entire brief. Think about that for a second. I didn't give it a topic, a script, or upload a storyboard. I mean, I told it how long the video should be, but ultimately that's it. And here's where it really gets interesting. The skill doesn't just start generating random stuff, it actually starts a conversation with me. Now, the first thing it does is it goes off and researches what's trending right now, what people are actually searching for and actually talking about. Now, a minute later, it'll come back to me with 3 topic options. Maybe it's history, finance, or geopolitics. I read through them, pick the one I like, or honestly, I could even tell it you choose and let it decide. Then, it'll ask me a few questions about taste. Do I want a more minimal style, or do I care about bold typography? Do I need maps, charts, or character cutouts? Do I have a visual reference that I want it to follow? Now, in total, it takes about 30 seconds to answer, and that's it. That's the complete list of decisions that I make in this entire production process. Everything that happens here on out goes on without me. So what happens after I answer those questions? Let's just watch, because everything is happening live inside Claude Code right on my screen. First, it'll write the script. Hook, story, payoff, it'll build everything around the topic that we've picked. Then comes the voiceover. It generates it automatically through Higgsfield audio. I don't open a single menu, I don't record anything. Honestly, I don't even hear the final product until it's done. Now the visuals. It breaks the story into scenes, and for each one of those, it'll decide what needs to be shown. Maybe it's a map, an icon, or a chart. So here it goes. The first generation request, straight to Higgsfield. A few seconds later, the very first assets start coming back to me. And just look at that. Then you've got the next scene. And notice, every asset comes back in the same visual language. Scene 1 and scene 12 look like they came from the same designer because the skill is enforcing the style on every single request. By the end, every scene has exactly the assets it needs. And because everything happens inside of one conversation, I never jump between tools or prompts or redo things. One chat, start to finish. The pipeline I spent months learning is simply running, and it's doing so on its own. Once every scene has been generated, the skill asks me one final question. Would you like me to assemble the project? I simply click yes. From there, Claude Code starts putting together everything automatically. It organizes every single generated asset and prepares everything for the final animation. Now, at this point, the hardest part is already finished. So let's step back for a second and think of what just happened. It did the research, the script, the voiceover, the scene planning, created dozens of consistent visual assets, and developed a project structure. And all of that came from one sentence. Instead of spending hours organizing files and building my project manually, I jumped straight into animating the scenes and exporting the final video. Now, let's take a look at the final result.
This Sunday, the biggest World Cup in football history crowns its champion in New Jersey, and someone somewhere is quietly left holding an enormous bill. 48 teams, 104 matches, 3 countries, and 5.5 million fans. Nothing this big has ever been staged. FIFA expects roughly $11 billion from this single tournament, which is over 50% more than Qatar earned and stands as the biggest payday in FIFA history. The contracts are simple. FIFA keeps the tickets, the sponsors, the broadcast rights, and the merchandise, while host cities pay for security, transit, stadiums, and fan zones. New York City budgeted about $70 million in costs against just $55 million in new tax revenue, which means the city loses money even in its best-case scenario.
If we go through it scene by scene, you'll notice that everything feels consistent from the beginning to the end. Every transition follows the same visual language, and it feels like it's part of a single production. And that's exactly what we wanted. That's the thing that simply cannot be recreated by generating one scene at a time. But here, it's automatic. Now, the best part here is that it isn't limited just to Vox-style videos. You can use the exact same skill for documentaries, educational videos, history channels, finance explainers, really for any kind of style that you can imagine. The workflow stays exactly the same. And let's remember what we started with. I told Claude that I want a 2-minute explainer video, and I told it that it could pick the topic. Now, let that sink in. That sentence and this video. The distance between those two things is the whole point. But before we wrap up, there's one last thing that I have to show you guys. Because the first time that I tried this, it genuinely blew my mind. I typed one more line. Now make this video in Spanish. New voiceover and the same visuals. Now a few minutes later, it pumped out a second complete video.
48 selecciones, 104 partidos, 3 países y millones de aficionados. Nunca hubo nada tan grande.
Then Portuguese.
48 selecções, 104 jogos, 3 países. Nunca se organizou nada tão grande.
And then Hindi.
Atalis teamen. Ik só char match. Team Desh. Itna bada ayajan pele.
Now, think about what that actually means. Every video that you make can be published for every audience on the planet for almost nothing. You're not just translating subtitles, you're shipping a native version of the video into every market. And that's exactly why I think this changes the way that people create videos. You don't need to learn the pipeline anymore, you simply describe the result. The pipeline already lives inside of the skill. Now, everything you've seen in this video is built into that very same skill. So if you've ever wanted to create videos like these, everything you need is already waiting for you. I'm gonna leave the skill, the complete workflow, and everything I used in this video in the description below. So go out there and build something awesome. I'll see you guys in the next one.